Good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Arlene J Ramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk. This segment is going to be about, how can I call it? The effects of abuse. You know, I know this is a topic that people like to run away from, but abuse is something that's very instrumental as far as what goes on with our children, how they react to things, how they act in life, how they get along with people, that sort of thing. I should know, right? Ask me. I came from abuse, and it wasn't good. It wasn't a good pass for me at all. It was a lot for me to get over. I had to go to counseling in order for me to even begin my road to, how can I say it, spiritual living and bliss. I wrote a few things down here which I need you guys to really pay attention to, because this is serious stuff, and these are the things that abused children feel, what happens to them, what goes on in their mind, how they view the world when they've been abused. So I wrote down self-worth. You know, they lose their sense of self-worth. They feel like they're worth nothing. You know, self-esteem, confidence, that's all the same thing. You know, confidence and self-esteem, we all know is something that should be nurtured. Well, if a child is being abused, we're not nurturing their confidence or their self-esteem. So that's shot. That's gone. Trust. That child is unable to trust anyone, you know, because of what they're going through. And 9 times out of 10, the people who are abusing these children are people that they should trust. 9 times out of 10, it's family members or someone that's very close to the family. And this is why they have issues or problems with trust, because this person should be protecting them, and they're not. They're abusing their rights as a being. Paranoid. That's something that I've suffered with, paranoia, when I was younger. It was crazy. I always felt like someone was out to get me. Someone was out to get me, you know. It was always my fault, you know. That and again, these are things that are going on in my head, in my psyche. It's showing that I'm unable to relax. I'm unable to rest. I'm always thinking about things that I should not be thinking about, but it's due to circumstances which has me thinking about these things. Resentful. You know, I wasn't resentful for long. God bless me. You know, it's only that being up there which pretty much kept me having a pure mind. But I can't say the same for other children, because they do feel that. Angry. I was an angry child. Yes, my temper out of control. I had no patience. You came at me the wrong way, I was flinging you around the classroom. I was throwing a chair, I was throwing a desk. It was just crazy, you know. The boys I grew up with started calling me Ram Dog. That was the nickname they gave me, Ram Dog, because I didn't play. I was angry because I was defeated at home. I was going to come to school and be defeated at school. And I'm telling you, I went through it. I went through the bullying at school as well. It was rough. And the part of the reason why I went through bullying at school was because I was abused. You know, I became a walking target. Some days I came, depending on how I felt, depending on what type of abuse I went through the night before. If I was sodomized the night before, I would have came to school the next day looking defeated. Right? So if I'm coming to school the next day just looking sad and defeated, other children are looking at that like, oh, well, let's pick on her. She looks defeated. And you know, children are cruel because they don't understand the world. They don't understand emotions. They don't understand how you look when you feel a certain way. So if I come to school looking defeated, 9 times out of 10, I had to deal with children or students, or I shall say peers, who wanted to make me, or who wanted to defeat me even more than I was already looking. Right? That's one effect. If I was beat up on the night before, because I went through that abuse too, I went through physical abuse, so if I was beat up on the night before, I came to school in rage. I was angry the next day. So I'm angry the next day, and I'm like, what's wrong with her? You know, and I made them uneasy. I was still a target because now they're afraid of me because I'm just angry and I want to fight somebody. I want to hit somebody. So they're intimidated by that energy. They want to get rid of me because they're afraid. So that, abuse is something that's very serious, very, very serious. Hateful. I was hateful for quite a while, not, no, I'm not going to say not that long. I was hateful for a very long time, for years. And again, counseling helped me through that. But some of our kids haven't gone to counseling. They don't know what counseling is. They have no one to talk to, no one to run to. So they feel these emotions are bottled up inside. What do you think they'll do with these emotions? I need you to think about it. I'm going to read some more off to you. They're going to feel unloved. And that goes back to the first few things that I said before. Any child who have gone through any type of abuse, do not think or know or believe that you love them. They don't believe that they're worthy of being loved because of the abuse that they're seeing or that they are experiencing. All right? Abuse also kills a child's creativity. They stop daydreaming. They stop dreaming, actually. And let me take that back. They stop dreaming or tapping into the creative, the higher being. I daydreamed a lot when I was a child, but it was to escape reality. So now when I daydreamed, I was always escaping, but I wasn't able to tap in. Although I was tapped in, it wasn't to the full potential that it should have been, because I had trauma on my mind and I was escaping. All right, they are unable to innovate. They cannot be innovative because they can't dream. And whenever they do daydream, they are escaping the trauma that they're experiencing. It's like, God, please take me away. Like that old commercial, Calgon, take me away. They don't want to be there. So any place they can be but there is where their mind is going to take them. And again, that's the Lord's good way of protecting a child. Can you imagine a child going through the abuse they're going through with the ability to see like an adult? That child will be crazy. That child will have nervous breakdown. They will be bipolar and schizophrenic at those ages, at the age of 5. They wouldn't be able to take it. It's too much. It's too much. They blame themselves when things go wrong. Of course, I mentioned that previously. There's nothing more for me to elaborate on that other than they blame themselves. It's always their fault. Some children turn out to be liars. That wasn't me, thank God. Again, I prayed for God or the Creator to keep me on a straight and narrow. I always wanted to be a good person, and it wasn't easy to do. It really wasn't. But again, He kept me. The last thing is abuse. Sexual abuse, any type of abuse, kills a child's soul. Do you know what happens to that child? How they feel? It kills their soul. They're like walking zombies. They don't want to be here. Because at home, or wherever it is that they're being abused, that's the underworld to the underdog. They don't want to exist. Take this video with a seriousness. I know there are other effects to abuse, but these are just the main things that flew off the top of my head that I wrote down, and I said I'm going to put out a video. It's not always easy to deal with abuse, but I hope this list that I gave you some courage to face that reality. I hope it gives you some courage to stop whoever is doing the abusing, to confront that person. And if you're doing the abusing, I hope it gives you the courage to understand yourself.